All right, today we're going to talk about nails, and I'm going to divide this up into several segments to make it easier to watch. So the first thing that I'm going to do today is talk about what's in your packet. So you have polymer, all right? Normally we take polymer and we pour it into a container. Now, if you want, you could pour your polymer into your lid and use it that way, but remember, you do not want to touch the side or the bottom of this container. Every time you touch that with your brush, you're going to make a hard ball of acrylic. So what I would suggest doing is just use it right out of here. Just consider this a giant dapping dish. And again, stay in the middle. Do not touch the sides or the bottom. When it gets really low, you're going to have to pour it into something else so that doesn't happen, okay? So this is going to be yours to keep at home, okay? You're not going to bring this back to me, okay? So we've got polymer. We've got monomer. This will be poured into the dapping dish, okay? So pour out as much as you think, but don't pour it back in here. You don't want to contaminate this. So only pour in as much as you are going to use at any given time. You can always put more in there. This is considered odorless. I'm going to apologize to your family right now. It is going to stink the house up. Sorry about that. But this is what they say, odorless. Okay. You've got 2 containers of nail glue. Now, if you do not take care of this, you're going to end up with no nail glue. Okay, what do I mean by that? After you use this and when you go to put the lid back on, if you could take a little bit of oil, if you have a little bit of cuticle oil or something like that at home, and put this around the where the lid goes on, the grooves, and then put this on, this will keep this, that you can get the lid on and off. If you're sloppy and you spill the glue down over and you don't do that, you don't clean it up and you don't oil this, you're going to end up with a glued on lid that you can't get off. Okay, so two pretty big containers of nail glue that will last you a long time if you properly take care of it. Okay, you also have 20 orange wood sticks. Okay, so what we're going to be doing over time is we're going to end up with 40 nails, and that's just with what you have right now. So you've got 250 nail tips in your kit. Okay, we're going to be using 40 of them initially. So when we do this, we're going to be attaching a nail tip to each end. So when I say, make 10 nails, what I'm talking about is take 5 sticks and put 1 nail on each end. All right. You have got primer. Now, if you're going to be working on the orange wood stick, you do not need primer. If you are working on a human being, you're going to need primer. What this does is this dehydrates the nail and gets it ready for the putting the acrylic on. So here's what you need to remember. You don't put this on before you glue the tip on, okay? This and the primer and the tips, they don't like each other, all right? So what you do is you do all of your work and you glue the tip on, and then before you start your acrylic on a human being, you put this only on the natural nail to help it adhere, okay? So just keep that in mind. It comes with a little brush, just like you're going to polish nails. All right. These products, we're not going to be using them in the first step. They will come. I only gave you the ones that are absolutely necessary. So this step 2 and 4, you will be using. Step 3, you will be using. And step 5. The ones that I didn't buy for you are step 1, which is a primer, which would be good if you were working on people, but you can use the other primer. And step 6, I think it is, which is a brush cleaner. If you take care of these properly, you'll never need a brush cleaner, okay? When everybody's just slopping around here in class and we're all sharing stuff, people tend to not pay attention. They're messy with it. They're not taking care of things. These are yours, okay? So if you use them the very first time and you are not paying attention and you're not using them properly, you're going to be done. If you use them properly, you can do a lot of dip nails. Okay, there's a lot of product in here. So this is yours. Nobody else is going to touch it. Take care of it and you will have it for a long time. Okay, you got, I think, approximately 20 nail wipes. Okay, the thing about these, I would save these to use on human beings. I would not use these on my nails over here. They don't let any lint behind. That's the purpose behind them. So when you need to wipe the nail, you're not letting little pieces of cotton behind. Okay, and as I said, you have 250 nail tips. They are sorted according to the size of the tip. This container that I have is just a hodgepodge. You should be getting a brand new container of these. So when you do anything, take one of each one. So if I say 10 tips, take each size, one of each size. That way you're not just working on the same size all the time. It'll give you that opportunity to see different, what it feels like to work on different size tips, as well as when you go to use these on a human being, you don't want to use up all of your number ones and not have any number ones to use on a human. All right, so you want to keep distributing that and use them evenly. Okay, you have also received 2 files. Okay, they have a coarser side, which is the dark pink, and a finer side, which is the light pink. Before you use these, you prep them by doing this, by filing the edges. I'm just doing it very lightly. You're going to do it a little bit harder. And what that does is that takes that sharp edge off of there, that when you're working on people, you don't inadvertently cut them when you're filing. So you do this, all 4 sides, you want to take that edge off of there and prep these files. Okay, the last thing, this is a very good Kolinsky brush. Okay, is it the best? No. Is it pretty good? Yes. Okay, so I got you a nice big brush off the internet, and Kolinsky means that these bristles are made from sable. They're an animal, and the Kolinsky sables have longer fur. So what's so good about a Kolinsky sable brush? Well, the longer the fur, the further down in the brush your bristles will go. Okay, so we take it out of there, we open this up. Again, save this tube. Okay, you have another tube on there to protect them. These bristles go down further so that when you are working, they're less likely to fall out. If you get a cheap brush, the bristles are shorter and they'll fall out more easily. You can see the shape that the bristles are in when you first get it. Okay, it's kind of stiff. You kind of break that. But every time when you're done working with this, you're going to form it back into that point. Okay, you don't want these bristles mushed and everywhere. You're going to keep forming it back in there and let it dry that way so that it keeps its shape. Okay, this metal thing is called the ferrule. This is the part that crimps down and holds the bristles in place. Okay, so that's the end of the first video. There will be a few more after this, going into detail about each step.